Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. Today we got something a little bit off the beaten path of what we normally cover here on the channel, but it's a pretty notable release. And, you know, I've liked this guy like on and off through most of my life. And I figured, and I want to thanks to Jamie Laszlo for urging me to go check into this one, because quite frankly I have kind of stopped listening to some of his new releases since Wrecking Ball in 2012. We're talking about the new album from Bruce Springsteen. It's called Letter to You. All right. Again, if you're, more of a metal and prog guy who follows this channel and this is not really your thing, I totally get that. This is more for you classic rock fans who watch the channel. And like I said, I have been a Springsteen fan kind of on and off throughout my life. He's got a ton of albums. There are some that I absolutely love. There's a bunch that I don't like at all. I've kind of been hit or miss with a good chunk of his catalog. The albums I really do like, I like a lot. The ones that I don't like a lot, right? So, he put out Western Stars last year. That, I've heard a couple things from that really wasn't for me. High Hopes I didn't really enjoy either. Wrecking Ball was kind of hit or miss on. And then you got Working on a Dream and, all these other albums. And I think for me, other than some of the classic albums like The Wild and the Innocent and the E Street Shuffle, and obviously Born to Run, Darkness on the Edge of Town, even The River, that's for me, that's the classic Springsteen stuff that I really like. And Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey is a good album too. But I was kind of hit or miss on a lot of his 80s albums. And even some of the 90s albums, they're okay. Missing the E Street Band for a while. The last, Springsteen album that I truly liked a lot and loved a lot was The Rising in 2002. That for me was like a triumphant return to form for the E Street Band. It kind of came at the right time, not too long after 9/11. I was big into that, saw him on that tour a couple times. But I've been, kind of meh on a lot of his albums since then. But I will say Letter to You, the brand new album, sounds like what I love about all those albums that I just talked about. And it just sounds like the E Street Band, and the songs just resonate, have that anthemic feel that I want to hear from this guy. Because quite frankly, if you really look at his overall catalog, I probably dislike more albums than I actually really like from him. But the ones that I do like, I dig quite a bit. So let's take a look at the album here. So there's the whole thing. It's another digipack, right? So you got Bruce is already anticipating the snow that hasn't quite hit yet. What do we got? I pulled that bothersome thread, got down on my knees, grabbed my grabbed my pen, and bowed my head. Tried to summon all that my heart finds true, and send you my letter, and send my letter to you. All right, it's kind of yeah, it's kind of hard to read some of this stuff because it's in his own penmanship. But anyway, let's pull out the booklet, shall we? All right, so again, you got the old-fashioned scene in the background. There's his Fender guitar, right? You got the lyrics, good. Again, you got some of the stuff is like handwritten, kind of hard to read. The rest is typed, which is a little bit easier. But again, as with all of Springsteen's lyrics, these are all little poems and stories. So for those of you who are all about, kind of heartfelt, true stories of Americana, and specifically if you're, a New Jerseyite, you know that he often includes little things about where he grew up in the Asbury Park area of New Jersey. So who's in the band, you might ask, at this point in time? So we got Bruce on guitars, vocals, and harmonica. You got Roy Batan on piano and vocals. You've got Nils Lofgren on guitar and vocals. Patty Scalfa on vocals, Bruce's wife. Gary Talent on bass and vocals. Stevie Van Zandt, guitar and vocals. Max Weinberg, drums and vocals. Charlie Giordano on organ and vocals, and Jake Clemens on saxophone. Jake, I believe, is the late Clarence Clemens' son. So what about the songs, you might be asking? Well, I tell you, it's pretty good, and I think most of the album is pretty memorable and just feels like a classic Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band album. It starts off with 1 Minute You're Here. That's probably my least favorite track on the whole album. That's kind of like this, Bruce kind of talking, very slow-paced, kind of moody song. I'm not a big fan of that, but it picks up right after that. Title track is a lot of fun. It's melodic, great chorus, good lyrics, heartfelt lyrics. A Burning Train is a good rocker. Again, memorable chorus. A lot of memorable choruses on here. And you got that kind of E Street Band feel. You got all the twanging guitars and the saxophone and the organ, right? It just feels like a E Street Band album. Janie Needs a Shooter actually, is quite frankly could be my favorite song on the album. It's got hooks to die for. Really memorable. Killer chorus. Last Man Standing, another good rocker. You got The Power of Prayer, and then House of a Thousand Guitars, another really enjoyable song. You got the 3-guitar attack of Bruce and Nils and Stevie, all layering all sorts of cool stuff, but it's just a good anthemic rock song, right? Rainmaker, really nice song. If I Was the Priest. Then you got Ghosts, Song for Orphans, and then another of my favorite tracks on the album, which kind of finishes it off, is I'll See You in My Dreams. Again, another one of those, it just sounds like classic Bruce and the E Street Band. It sounds like a song that will go over like crazy live. It's just so anthemic. The chorus is so memorable, and you can hear like the whole band singing. I mean, that's what I love about the E Street Band. It's like you got all these musicians who sound so great together, and most of them are all doing backup vocals, and it's just this big wall of sound that just really, really works. I'll See You in My Dreams. You hear everybody there in the background, just underneath Bruce. Just really, really cool stuff. And there's some instrumentally speaking, some tasty stuff on here. You got some guitar solos here and there. All sound really good. It's just a good U.S. Americana rock record here in 2020. That's what I like. This is the kind of Springsteen I like. That gets it's upbeat rockers. It's, I get kind of tired of him doing all the acoustic stuff and the folky stuff. I just want to hear the big band playing big time rock and roll. That's what I want, and that's what I love from Bruce Springsteen and E Street Band, and I think they deliver it here. Easily my favorite album from him and the band since The Rising in 2002, and I can see I'm going to get a good amount of mileage out of this. Quite frankly, I really haven't been listening to much Springsteen here in the house for a long time because, other than occasionally pulling out one of the old classics, a lot of his more recent stuff just hasn't done a hell of a lot for me, but this I am digging. So, Jamie, thanks for pushing me to go check this out. I'm glad I did. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. So we got, hopefully over the next couple days, we got the new Joe Bonamassa royalty we're going to be reviewing, as well as for all you progressive metal and progressive rock fans, the brand new Arion Transitus. I know folks who are coming here just for Springsteen probably have no idea who Arion is, but a really, really good prog band that normal watchers of this channel, I think, dig quite a bit. So there you have it. Letter to you from Bruce Springsteen. We'll see you guys all later on. Remember, if you like what you see here on the channel and want to help contribute to our ongoing success, please click on the Ko-Fi link in the video description below. All your contributions are greatly appreciated to help keep everything going here. Also, the link to our merch site where you can buy Sea of Tranquility t-shirts and all sorts of fun stuff is there as well. And we'll see you all later on. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.